Fuck. How's it going, everybody? I am the Crispy Critic, and today we are going to be reviewing a movie called The Second Woman, a Chinese melodrama that was pretty fucking weird to watch, man. To begin with, it's really bad. Really bad, with some good sprinkled on there every now and again. The good is that it's kind of self-aware. It is so melodramatic, but it makes no qualms about it. It's not subtle at all. The acting is pretty ham-fisted. It doesn't trust its audience at all. Everything is remarkably unsubtle. Are you confused about the meaning of a scene? Don't worry, one of the characters will invariably explain every single part of it to you. But it's bad with a purpose. And I think it all goes back to the relationship between the creator of any given work, like a book or a movie, and the audience who consumes it. And from the get-go, it's obvious that the movie is just terrible. The opening sequence is this series of rapid cuts. It's a dream sequence of some sort that keeps coming back, and it's incredibly sloppily edited. It is hard as fuck to tell what's going on in any of it. And the thing is, it moves too quickly to feel important. And with the most cliched music I think I've heard in a movie in a while behind all of it, it just makes the sequence feel so ugly and stunted. And while it's classified as a drama, it's not really accurate to call it a drama. It's definitely more of a melodrama. And while the point of a melodrama is to appeal to your feelings and make you feel things strongly, The Second Woman didn't do that for me at all. In fact, I was looking at it from a totally different angle. But before we get there, let's talk about the plot. Hui Bao, played by Qi Shu, is cast in a play alongside her boyfriend Nan. But before long, she falls ill and has to pull out of the play. Luckily, she has a twin sister who's willing to step up. Her twin's name is Wei Jiang, and she moves in quick, takes over her part, and before long, it looks like she is trying to take over her twin sister's life. So Xiang is in love with Nan and proceeds to take over her sister's life very quickly. Hui Bao realizes this and knows she has to fight to stop it. On the surface, all of that sounds pretty exciting, but it's actually not. In practice, the director, Lai, she tells the audience everything. It's so just upsetting. They're like, hey, did you get the sense that Hui Jiang is feeling inadequate to her sister? Like, no, I had no idea. All those longing looks and times when she said that she felt inadequate to her sister? Jesus. And I think there's a very specific reason for this. Lai avoids subtlety because subtlety leads to ambiguity, and ambiguity invariably leads away from the director's intent. And let's get this out of the way. When a work is released, be it a book, a video game, a movie, a song, anything like that, it is no longer the creators. It is totally the audience's now. Anything that the creator has to say about the work does not matter. Because the audience creates the work as they're watching it. Everybody out there does it. We all have our own interpretations of our favorite movies and our favorite shows and songs and all that likely diverge from what the creator originally intended. And Lai can't accept that at all. She wants her message to get through. And I mean get through. And here's the thing. Hui Bao is positioned as a creator. She's the actor. She is creating the narrative of her own life with her boyfriend. Hui Jiang is positioned as the audience member. She's often looking at her sister act on stage, watching her sister and her boyfriend interact, looking at herself in the mirror, watching people pass by. She's always watching. Hui Bao represents the director, and Hui Jiang represents the audience. So the whole movie is about the director's anxiety and the audience member taking over their narrative. Lai fights it every step of the way. And in the movie, the audience, Xiang, breaks through and actually takes over her twin sister's life. So what does Hui Bao do about it? She kills her. And this is where shit gets weird. It's after the director kills the audience in the movie that things get really awful. It becomes part supernatural drama, part melodrama, part romance, part thriller, part crime drama. It becomes this whole muddled mess of really disparate parts that don't connect at all. And the message there is that when the director tries to control the narrative of their work after it has been released, it inevitably becomes shitty. The structure is so muddled and fucking confusing at times that it feels almost unintelligible. But all that chaos points towards a central question. How involved in the creation of a work is the audience? And I think the answer is pretty fucking involved. In fact, the movie's convoluted structure actually acts as an answer to that question. It only becomes confusing after the director, represented by Hui Bao, kills the audience, represented by her twin sister, Hui Jiang. Not trusting the audience's ability to follow a plot is this movie's ultimate downfall. But the thing is, I think Miu-suet Lai, the director, was trying to get that point across. Because everything in the movie fits so eerily through that lens that I can't imagine it wasn't purposeful. Without any interpretation of your own to latch onto, the second woman becomes just a painful slog to get through. It's over 2 hours long, confusing as fuck, and just not very well acted, written, or directed, but it's all done with a purpose. It's all done with a purpose. If you back me into a corner, I would say a 3 out of 5. I had a good time watching it. I mean, it was confusing and pretty shitty overall, but it's a good bad movie. There are bad movies and there are good bad movies. The Second Woman is a good bad movie. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. The Second Woman was a bizarre fucking movie to get through. If you have a movie that you would like me to review, please leave it in the comments section below. With that being said, I am the Crispy Critic, and I will see you guys next week.